What's going on, everybody? Hope all of you are doing well. Hope everyone's having a great Friday night. If you live overseas, depending on the time of day, I hope it's a good morning, afternoon, or evening. Um, so, this is going to be kind of a life update, giving you guys, an update on what's going on with me. So, as you guys know, in my last video, I just did my review for dudes. I had mentioned that I've been dealing with, back pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, and was dealing with, some side effects, from my medicine. So, during that process, and actually in the last, I would say, couple of weeks, I've been trying to figure out ways to get back on my feet. As you guys know, I've mentioned this numerous times that I've been trying to get like eBay to the point where I can get back on my feet. My long term goal is eBay and YouTube. I've mentioned this, trying to get eBay to where I want it and, increase sales, more inventory. I apologize. You guys are going to bear with me. I'm dealing with some acid reflux. So I got to take some medicine after this video. But um, so I'm trying to get that, and then I'm trying to reach the goal of hitting the first tier of being monetized, and then eventually the second tier. Um, sorry if I shake the camera shook there. So that's kind of my long-term goal. And for those who have stuck around for the past, 2 years, since we're getting close to 2 years, at the end of June, we'll hit the 2-year mark. If you've been subscribed to the channel for that period or longer, I have updated everybody with my injury. And for those who aren't familiar, go check out my videos. I have a wide range of them. But to just kind of sum up everything, I got injured when I was working, wasn't aware of it, was put on medical leave, went to the doctors, did everything I could to get workman's comp, and then eventually go back. I was denied workman's comp. I was let go. There was a lawsuit. I won that. But here we are. I thought I'd be back on my feet by now, but that wasn't the case. Because I had been let go, I lost my insurance, and I've been trying everything I can to get back on my feet. That's contacting multiple law firms that can help me. I tried to apply for Social Security Disability, was denied twice. I looked for jobs that I can do at home. Most of them require some type of experience, so that was a no-go. I applied for a company that was similar to the last two companies I had worked for. The company I worked for eventually lost their contract with the Air Force, and a new company came in. I applied for that new company, and I actually applied twice. I applied as just a standard janitor, and then I had applied for their project manager, their assistant project manager, and unfortunately, I did not get that because I did not have the experience. So it's been a frustrating battle to try to get back on my feet. It got to the point, and I've mentioned this in numerous videos, it got to the point where I was just getting sick, both mentally and physically. And no matter what I do, it was just like an endless cycle. Like I was living in a loop because no matter who I called, it was the same thing. They would send me to somebody else, and there would never be an end to it. So I got to the point I had to give up. I just had to stop. There's no point. I'm not having any luck, and I don't get the help. Like a lot of people would. So I'm pretty much on my own, and now I'm at a point where I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to get the help with my medication. I have mentioned this due to just being verbally abused and treated like garbage at a job that I had for over 10 years. It caused me to have PTSD. And it really, kind of messed me up in a way of how you know, how I feel when it comes to working for somebody or, busting my butt to move up and just being, kind of being treated like you're worthless. So I kind of ended up paying the long term price. So my parents do help me with that, but it's gotten to a point they're not going to be able to help me much longer, and I can't rely on eBay, and I haven't reached the goal of YouTube, that I want, even though I am working towards them. And like I stated, I looked for jobs left and right to see if there was anything that I can do from home, and there isn't, which really sucks. Especially when I don't have the experience. I've been more of a physical type work, nothing too, you know, something that doesn't put too much of a strain on your body, because it makes the day go by. I get to meet incredible people. I don't have to sit in one spot because I can't really do that. When you have ADD, you can't sit in one spot. I cannot stand doing an office job because I can get a headache. Um, excuse me. And just the part of Florida I live in, it's a small southern retirement town. That's pretty much what it is. It's when people, decide to retire. The city I live in is basically a retirement city. So there isn't a whole lot when it comes to jobs, especially like retail. We have most of the time we have more fast food places than anything. So it really becomes a strain on me mentally because it's like no matter what I try to do, I just can't get anywhere. And as you guys know, I've been wanting to do paid requests, review films or do something movie related for, the subscribers, bring in content that you guys would like to see. So I've decided in a love and hate relationship, because if you guys know, I've mentioned this, that I wanted to do I was going to hold off. I tried to. It's a love and hate relationship. A lot of times I can't make up my mind, and it's clear as day shows in some of my videos. And I apologize for that. Hey, we're not perfect, right? But I am now, I've decided after the last few days to go and do the paid requests. I'm going to go full in. So basically, I'm going to do film related because, I am Film Talk with Mikey. So I will do film related and I'll do wrestling related. I feel like those are the two subjects that I feel like would be worth doing. So, like, if you wanted me to review, say, all the Star Wars films, there's like over 10 Star Wars films, give or take. So then it would be, I'm just going to kind of round it. Say there's 15 Star Wars films. So if somebody wants me to review them at $1 a piece, that's $15, or, a couple wrestling related stuff. So like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that has like 30 movies, then that would be $30 because it would be $1 a movie. So I figured anything film related and anything wrestling related would make more sense, since that's what I try to focus mainly on the channel. And as time goes on, maybe we'll add some other things. But for the time being, I feel like this would be, just a perfect way for, me to, make a little money and give you guys content you guys want to see. Like I said, whether that's, something that's film related or something that's wrestling related, you get the content that you want to see. And I decided that because not everybody uses PayPal, I figured I would do PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. I feel like those are the three things that in today's modern society most people use. And also with the craziness going on in the world and things being cut, and I'm not big into politics, but with a lot of the issues going on, I wouldn't be able to get Social Security disability, and I probably wouldn't be able to get hired because I am disabled. So that is another reason why I'm frustrated, because it's like all these options and I'm getting nowhere. I don't have the help like I would think I have. I'm pretty much on my own. And the fact that we're hitting 2 years, I really don't want to have to go another year or more. Sucks. But I figured, for the time being, I would do something, that I've been wanting to do, excuse me, until I reached the 2 goals. So hopefully, I'll reach them. And yeah, I I wish I could say more, but like I said, I figured, if I'm going to review stuff or do like wrestling related videos that people want to request, I figure $1 makes sense, you know. And the way I want to do it is if it does happen where I am able to do these paid requests. It does happen. The idea is, a lot of times those who do paid requests, usually what they'll do is they'll focus on one person and so like a great example, say somebody sends $5, that's 5 videos they want, 5 paid requests. So, I could do all the 5 back to back, and then somebody sends like 3, and I can then go on to do those 3. Or I can do the 3, get the smallest out of the way, and then do the 5. Or what I think would be a better way is to mix it in. So that way every video is a paid request by somebody different. I'm still doing their videos, but I'm tying it, so, oh, this person wants me to review the Star Wars film. I'm going to review that. Then I'm going to review the other person's film that they want me to review. It's a Marvel movie. And I'll kind of just intertwine it. That way everybody's getting the videos they requested rather than having to focus on one person and on the next. I'm able to focus on everybody because I'm able to change it up and kind of go in that rotation. So that's kind of the idea. But like I said, in today's day and age, we all use different ways for paying. So I figured if people want there's films, there's stuff they want me to review. I figured no better way to do these paid requests than give the option. And that is, of course, Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. So, I figured, let's try it since things aren't going too well. I'm not trying to make this like a boohoo me pity thing. No, I just wanted to just kind of give a backstory on what's going on with everything for the new subscribers. Give the the current and old school subscribers who've been subscribed for a while, just an update on what's going on with me, and kind of go from there. I think it'll be fun because there'll be a lot of good things that come out of it. And yeah, it's film related, so it could be movie review, countdown, a reaction to a trailer, my thoughts on specific movie topics, stuff that came out way back in the day, documentaries, events like Brandon Lee and the Crow film, or the Twilight Zone, the movie, things like that. So anything that's film related can be television related, things like that. It can, like I said, I can't say that enough. I'm trying not to sound like a broken record, but I can't help it. And then wrestling related, it can be, a countdown type of video, what my favorite wrestlers, matches, pay-per-views. It could be a review. It could be my thoughts on certain wrestling topics or wrestlers, anything like that. I mean, and I'm not trying to get any flack on this. Excuse me, but it could even be controversial stuff from the wrestling community, like the Chris Benoit tragedy, which I've never really done a video on, but I do have a lot of thoughts on that. So that's kind of an example. And there's going to be things within the year that I plan to work on. I want to do a fundraiser in June, try to raise some money. I think the goal is to hit $1,000 to donate to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So that'll be cool. And then I want to say in October, I'm going to do another fundraiser, and that is to raise another $1,000, and that's going to go towards helping families to have a Christmas. I've always been a fan of doing charity work and doing some type of fundraiser. I mean, I used to sell the chocolate candy bars that we would get at school when I was younger. When I would mow grass, one of the things I got into, like I'd cut my grass and then my neighbors, I'd make like $100 in one day. But I would also go and buy the candy packs from Sam's and then sell them to my friends and some of the other kids in the neighborhood, and ended up doing that for a little while. So, being able to, help others, especially with the lawn mowing. I even sanded a neighbor's deck to make some money, and raked some leaves up from another person. But my whole thing is I've always liked to give back and help others. I've had my help, especially when I got into a car accident in 1995. I didn't wear a seatbelt. A year later, I was diagnosed with Tourette's. So the amount of help and support that I got, it just feels right to give back. And that's something I've been wanting to do for quite a long time, and I'm hoping it'll be a success. And like I said, I plan to do it in June for the first one, and the other one will be in October. And then I think it'll be good for not just myself, but for you guys, because we get to help somebody out. And as they say, what the good things that you put in the world always has its way of coming back. So. But yeah, that's kind of one of the ideas plans I have for this year. I want to get back into doing some live videos. I haven't done those in a while. It seems like I can't get anybody to be part of it. I'm trying to work out a schedule that would work. If I did do a live, I want to do a Q&A. I tried to do one, nothing happened, so we'll see what happens. Try to do something like that. Just trying to create content out there, put my own spin on something or try something new. Yeah. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and start doing the paid requests. So, PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, the links will be in the description. And like I said, it's $1 for whatever type of video you are requesting. Let me know though if you do, if you want to be credited. What I mean by that is mention your name. This like say you send, you want a movie review, and I do that movie review. I'll say, well, this is a paid request. This is coming from so and so. You're more than welcome to be anonymous if you would like. I'll just say this is a paid request from a viewer of the channel. And then for those who do, want to be mentioned, I will mention. And if if you have a channel and everybody has a channel, but if you make videos and you want more traffic, I will not only mention you, but I'll put the link of your channel in the description below. So there are some positives to it. You guys, like I said, you guys get the content. I'm trying not to sound like a broken record, but sometimes it's hard not to. What can you do? So yeah. So I'll put the links to those three: PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, down in the description. If you guys would like to check out my eBay store, that will also be down in the description. Definitely give this video a like. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out, subscribing to the channel, watching my videos, liking my videos, commenting on my videos. You guys keep me going. I'm pretty much the only person in my family that's a movie buff. So it's nice to have a community I can share, my passion with. And you guys message and let me know little facts I wasn't even aware of on the movies that I review. So it's definitely cool to interact with you guys. I do try to message back everybody as possible as I can. And if I don't, I do apologize, and I will try to get around to it. So, yeah, just thank you guys so much for the support. Let me know what you're watching tonight. I would love to hear what you guys decided to how spend your Friday night. You're watching a horror film, comedy, drama. What kind of mood is your movie night tonight? And what is your go-to food for a movie night? For me, it's hard. I feel like there are 3 meals that are perfect for any type of movie, regardless of what genre. That is a burger and fries, Chinese food, and pizza. I think those are the 3 foods that really fit with any type of film you watch, and you can just have a really good time. But I don't want to drag this video on too long, but I'm Film Talk with Mikey. So next time, guys, we'll talk films. You guys take care, and hopefully I'll see, start making videos of films you guys are going to request. So till then, you guys take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace.